All right, gentlemen.
Odd gentlemen, even.
Yeah.
We got a full house for this quick look EX. So I'm just gonna let you guys introduce yourselves and the game that you're showing us.
Sure. My name is Matt Korba. I'm the creative director and co-founder of The Odd Gentleman.
My name is Paul Beleza. I'm producer and co-founder, sometimes janitor, at The Odd Gentleman.
Is that how it goes in independent game studio?
You know it, man. Someone's got to take the garbage out.
So the Misadventures of PB Winterbottom. We're looking at it. Why don't you just go ahead and jump in and take us through it?
Sure. Give people a taste here. I don't think that I've actually seen this game in action, but I'm already really liking the art style. Getting a little like PBS mystery theater kind of vibe from the
sure.
this black and white
I was
art style.
I was a film major, and then I wanted to sort of take some of that stuff and put it into a game. And we were inspired a lot by Edward Gorey and Tim Burton.
Yeah,
and,
sure.
You know, also doing something that you don't necessarily see all the time in games.
So I see these kind of got a movie poster theme here for each of your sections.
Yeah, the whole game's unlocked right now, so
Okay.
it doesn't start out like this. But basically, we have 75 levels, and through the beginning of the game, you sort of create all this mischief, and then through the later parts of the game, you're revisiting that mischief that you caused, and so the game sort of layers on top of
Well,
itself.
circuitous.
Yes.
Quite.
So,
Delicious pies. What's your favorite kind of pie?
banana cream.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not bad.
I'm a big fan of anything banana, I think.
Really? How do you feel about like banana runts?
Except for those. That's not actual
Actually, that's what I'm
banana
gonna say.
flavor.
Like fake banana flavor is
Yeah.
like the worst of
No.
all fake fruit flavors.
Yeah.
It's never right.
So I actually jumped into the first level here. This isn't the actual first level, but I just wanted to show you a little piece of this. So
That is a nice parasol.
this is just a simple platforming part
Call
of the
it
game.
an umbrella, but I wouldn't feel like that was period correct.
We call it his brella.
You haven't got time for that first syllable.
I thought parasols were for ladies.
Yeah,
I
that's
thought that was a gendered
Sounds pretty
accessory.
feminine.
it was the only fancy word for
Yeah,
umbrella
okay.
that I could pull. All right,
Fair enough.
Raleigh.
brawly. That's
What?
good.
Well, he's a dandy lad. You know, he
No
might
doubt.
just
So I'm actually
That's
gonna,
quite a hat he's wearing.
quite dappered.
I'm gonna jump out of the game to go forward.
So this is a downloadable game.
Yes.
Which platforms is this hitting?
Xbox Live.
Okay, Xbox Live Arcade.
It's coming out February 17th. It's
Okay.
going to be 800 Microsoft points.
Very cool.
Nice. Well done, gentlemen.
Nice, yeah. We were
Say
beginning.
not falling into the de facto $15
Yeah.
hole that so many games
We
have.
had noticed that $15 was the new $10.
Yes.
But-
yes.
Clearly, you guys are holding it down.
Not to say that this game wouldn't necessarily be worth $15, but always nice to see, great value.
Sort of an added
Yeah.
value proposition, yes.
So the story is kind of told through title cards in silent film style,
Sure.
and it's a lot like a children's book as well, where you sort of get a lot more of the story through the illustrations and the text, and you can go through it and read it and enjoy it. But if you pay attention to everything that's going on in the background and the way that you're interacting with it, you'll pick up extra Easter eggs and extra details about the story.
Now, what exactly is a buttwit?
Indeed. Well,
I know that we
Also, when was the late night when someone ended up calling someone else a buttwit and like, oh man, we have to put that in the game.
Well, buttwit is actually a made-up word, but we do have, I think, the #1 Google ranking on buttwit now, because it was in the press release, and so...
Nice. We're gonna have to fight you for it now. We're gonna put buttwit in the
go, man.
description for this. I don't care what it is. I will scrabble over any Google rank.
someone
Call
has
the
a
SEO
Wikipedia.
That's right. Get them in here.
So
Oh, no.
I'm chasing the elusive Chronoberry pie here. This is the pie that Winterbottom breaks the time-space continuum for and chases throughout the whole game.
That is a serious parody.
It's very delicious, but it's also very sneaky.
As some pies tend to be.
What do you think like the sneakiest pie is? I'm gonna say rhubarb.
I was going to say rhubarb as well, because rhubarb isn't quite, it's not a fruit, right?
No,
It's a
no.
celery-like vegetable.
Right,
But
like-
yet it's sweet.
Yet they somehow make it into a delicious pie.
What?
How about
Right.
a mincemeat pie?
You know what? No, you're right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say a mincemeat pie or a mock mincemeat pie.
'Cause I don't even know what mincemeat pie is, so that makes it pretty darn sneaky in my book.
It could be really any meat you think of.
Yeah? All right.
That is minced.
Well, I think mock mincemeat pie
Aha.
because mock mincemeat isn't even really mincemeat.
That is the Trojan horse of pies.
Indeed.
So now I'm actually replaying the flip side of a scene that I already experienced in the game.
Okay.
So if you notice in the background, those were the platforms I was jumping around
Right.
at the beginning, and now I sort of get to play the other side of
But
that.
so those are no longer like active platforms for you here.
Right, I'm going to be in the foreground.
Got it.
So it's like, oh, I was actually controlling that mysterious crane. And-
Really, really like the character look here, I have to say.
Thank you. And I was controlling that mysterious platform. So you notice a Winterbottom running in the background. That's actually my first playthrough.
So you guys actually record like the motion data there? And...
Yes.
Huh.
And that was a challenge to figure out how to do that and keep that data around and not have it go crazy. So I can claw myself. So basically, Winterbottom gets his time-traveling power, and he figures out pretty early on that the best thing to do with the time-traveling power is to go back in time and steal delicious pies that he didn't get to taste. So you can actually steal pies from yourself.
Oh no! You're just blowing my mind. Is Mr. Winterbottom, Sir Lord Winterbottom? Do you have any sort of officious title?
Esquire.
Is he
Not
actually
yet,
is
not
he actually
yet.
polygonal? Or
Yeah.
is he just a 2D sprite?
All of
model?
the art in the game was modeled in Maya, and it's all 3D, and then it was
wow.
baked out into 2D, and
Okay.
we actually painted over it. So it's the most inefficient art process in the world. But that's how
We
we
made
got
it 3D, flattened it.
Yes.
and then painted it. So it's like we made sure to like touch all the software that's used for.
Needed
So
an
let
extra
me-
10 grand in software just to make this look.
Yeah, I could show you the gist of the game. Basically, you have a record button. You can use at any point. You can record as little or as long as you like. And then when you release that, everything you just did gets played back. And when it reaches the end, it doesn't go away. He bows, and then it loops back to the beginning.
Okay.
So this isn't just a man running around. You can actually interact with him. So you can stand on his head. You can smack him around.
So that little, I'm noticing like a little like film stock effect showing up over the screen when you're
Yeah.
recording.
When you record the film strip plays.
Right.
And of course, all these tricks are really only good for one thing, and that's eating more delicious pie. So you end up building these machines. Right now, I only have one clone, but you get more in the game. You end up building these machines, and the point is just to solve the puzzles to get the pie. So here, there's a simple problem. There's a switch. I can't get to the other side of it.
Sure.
But if I make a clone and stand on it, it'll actually.
But then that
Hold
pie
it.
gets away
Yeah.
anyways.
Pie is very dastardly.
Damnable pie. Is there whipped cream on that pie?
There is.
It's the most evil pie.
There's a
of all.
lot of stuff on that pie.
Now, that pie is loaded. Our
So,
artist
so
went
you
to town.
starting off with two PBs, and it gets crazier from there.
Yeah, I mean, you can have, I think it's 20 is the max in some of the levels, which gets absolutely insane. And you'll see when we get into the puzzles, the cool thing about them is you can actually solve them however you want.
Right on.
There's a solution that I designed for, and I sort of have to work backwards from that, because then people will just do it however they want.
Right.
And so the challenge was trying to still make it feel rewarding and open, because the recording system is so open and you can record all the time and do whatever you want. Traditional platforming tricks didn't work. You couldn't just put a wall on a level. People just clone around it. So you can see I can start building these chain reactions out of my guys.
Interesting.
You can delete them. So to...
Oh, so it's just that easy.
Yeah.
For Mr. PB, of course. You or I would have to climb that silly building.
Madness. Well, I think we've got time for one more trick if you want to
Sure.
show us a little
Let me
something.
show an actual puzzle.
That'd be great, yeah.
So I'm going to jump into the second level, and you end up breaking a clock tower in the first level.
Baked
and
to
then,
the future.
oh yeah.
Excellent.
Zing.
All
What-
of
can you, can I
Yeah,
see
let's
a
see
few
some more.
others? Buffet Runner, good.
Okay.
Busted Cretin, yep. A Sprinkle in Time, okay. The Pie, the Pendulum. So you get a little
Yes.
more literary, not all movies. Delightful.
Yeah, each level sort of is a mock on.
It's nothing better than a terrible pun.
Yeah, exactly.
We are big fans of awful.
Counterintuitively, it's better than a good pun.
Yeah. Oh,
There's really no
Well,
such thing as far as I can tell.
how
puns
that-
to maim
how
your
that works.
ears with. That's what we're about.
Great, great.
So each level has its own mechanic and the way that you play with time. In this level, you have only a limited amount of time to get all the pies on the screen. And so what you have to do is hit the switch and then get the pies, but the problem is they'll run out before you can grab them all. So what you have to do is work with yourself. So I can record a guy over here, and I can hit this switch, and then I can grab these 2 pies myself.
Now, can you start layering the recordings? So, like, you've already got a recording of yourself going on one side. While that's still running, can you record yourself going on the other side?
Yeah.
And then play that back and have both of them run while you just stand in the middle?
Yeah. Here you only have 1 clone to use.
Okay.
But later on in the game, when you get more clones, you can totally build machines like that. So another way I could have done this is I could have sat here, smacked the guy on the switch, had him hit it for me, and then ran and grabbed all these pies. We also have bonus levels.
Okay.
So there's a whole story, and like you walk through each world with different mechanics. But we also have these bonus levels, and that's sort of what the leaderboards are tied into. You can compete in them for how many clones can you do it in and how fast can you do the level in. So
So this is in addition to the 75 and the kind of the
it's
core
included
game?
in the 75.
Okay. Part of the process.
Each level has a time challenge and a recording challenge. So it's like how fast can you do it, and how many clones can you use. And then they're also sort of tied into some of the achievements. We have you get a medal if you beat each challenge. The cool thing about these is you go to these like PAX or E3, and then you see all these little kids just whip you in the times, and it's like, wow, I didn't even know you could do that. But they figure out these ways to do things a lot faster. So when I designed it, I kind of set it up for something like this. I'll hit this switch, hit this guy, he'll bounce over there, and then I'll hit this guy and he'll bounce over there. And that's a fairly decent time and clone amount. But
sure, for all the pies you just collected.
Yeah.
It'd take me a while to get to that
That is a
point.
great return on investment.
But I've seen people do it with 2. I've seen people do it with 1 clone, which I won't give away here. But it's really cool to see the different ways that people come up with solving these.
Can you filter the leaderboards by different criteria, like number of clones or time or both?
It's a combined score.
Okay.
So the first thing it scores is how fast did you do it in, and then after that is how many clones did you do it in. Is
cool.
the tiebreaker.
Excellent.
Very cool.
Well, odd gentlemen, thank you so much
Our
for
pleasure.
coming
Thanks for
through and
having
giving us a
us.
look at the Misadventures of PB Winterbottom, coming to Xbox Live Arcade
February 17th.
February 17th.
800 Microsoft points.
800 Microsoft points. Excellent. Well, we're going to call that a quick look and go eat the delicious pies you guys brought. So,
Sweet.
thank you so much.
No problem.